Hi, folks. We are live here with Quantum Leap, and we're excited to have Courtney Miller on today. He's an architect with Ecobuild, and we're going to have him say a little bit more about what he does in a second. But I first wanted to do a quick check-in with Cory. Cory, how are you today? And I want to ask if you have anything to report on, ripple effect. Or pardon me, Quantum Leap themes.
um, Cory not here with Take Wing Coaching. So Gail and I have been working hard on our marketing message. It's been a fascinating thing, and looking forward to talking more to people about how to go about doing that. Because I love the line that when you're in the jar, you can't read the label, and so we've been struggling to kind of figure out what it is how to describe what it is that we do without being we know the ingredients, we don't always know what's on the label. So that's been fun. So we should have the results of that and putting it in practice in the next week or so.
Great. And Cory and I were just doing a check-in about our May 18th event as well, called Image Maker, which is about developing yourself as a public speaker. And we're going to have a follow-up workshop as well with some more details. So details to come on that. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get to Courtney. And Courtney, we're going to, for the sake of time, incorporate your kind of presentation, what you do, into your story and your ideal clients. So we do want to, if you do have any slides or examples of your work, we're going to welcome you to share those. I will make you co-host, but I think usually it's better to just, we like to hear about your story up front, if you don't mind us telling us about your story and what you do professionally.
Yes. I've been in practice for about 5 years now on my own as Ecobuild Architects. I had my own practice. I'm from LA. I ended up migrating back to Boston, was back there for about 19 years, had my own practice out there, doing super insulated, passive and active solar homes, I was right there at the inception of the green building movement, and was like a co-chair of the Boston Society, the Committee on the Environment at the Boston Society of Architects. And right when the beginning of, LEED, the US Green Building Council, was being formed, and I was also a green building consultant. So it was exciting times. And, we've come now to a point where in California, it's actually building code required that if you're going to do a home, it has to be zero net energy. So if you say, wow, I'm doing a zero net energy home, well, that's code now. That's code minimum. So, the whole green idea is that it was supposed to become code. So you should, by definition, hopefully, if things are going right, we shouldn't have to call ourselves I'm a green architect, Hey, more importantly, it's all got to be, we can't afford it, houses, buildings to be over designed with air conditioning systems that are wasting energy, and bad indoor air quality, with materials that are off gassing. And thankfully, the building industry's come around. We have now green products that are available, that are off the shelf, that are not killing you, and not killing the people that manufacture the products.
Great. And I know I got exposed to some of what you do by taking a look at a project you did on a gray water system. I know you did the kitchen redesign, but I saw you in action with that short video series that you're going to be putting out soon. I just love your eye for detail and the kind of cutting edge that you're on. And if could, I know that's a project that you helped design behind you. Would you mind telling us about that project or any other projects that you got in the works?
Yes, right behind me is La Posta Mission Indians Community Center. It's in East San Diego County, way out near the border of Mexico, about a mile from the border, on the way to Calexico, out that way. And this was a fantastic opportunity for La Posta Mission Indians. They unfortunately didn't have the funding with the state being challenged as it is lately. So we got it, to the point of design development, and basically I took it a little step further in terms of finishing up the rendering. So we have some really beautiful views of this project, which I'd love to show you. It has, a number of really, bioclimatic design features that where, it's incumbent, given the sort of challenging climate, to create an architecture which is in keeping with, the kind of heat loads that of that environment, and how to not overglaze it, to make it a lot of shading features. And you can kind of you'll be able to see from the aerial view that we have of it that there's a courtyard, behind there, and where from the big meeting room on the right side, they can kind of convene in a courtyard outside with nice shading and a little pool area. So I've got some views of that. It was really a lot of fun working on this project. I'd be tickled if I got to get in touch with these guys and see if we can get some funding, get it built.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it is relying on state funding, if something comes down the line from the Biden administration. I know they're putting together a big infrastructure package. It's going to help out the California state budget, in large part, a lot of local budgets as well. So, do you have any other slides or any other projects you want to take us through to kind of further demonstrate some of the scope of what you do and the types of projects that you work on?
Yeah. Let me see. Where's the screen share, the slide share? I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. Share. Do you have the share screen? I'm not finding the share screen button.
Okay.
Here it is. I got it. Okay, great. Got it. Okay, good. So here it is. View full screen mode. All right, great. So yeah, here's the aerial view of La Posta Mission Indians. And so you can kind of see that courtyard that I was talking about behind, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, that's for sure. It's in Boulevard, California, out in the middle of nowhere where there's not a lot of boulevards. So there's that front view, the entry view. The right side is the main entry, and the left there's a youth center on the left side there. And this is the youth center on the rear. That's the exercise room, dance and exercise room on the left that has some nice solar shading devices there, and the youth center on the right side. So they have like a program in the afternoon, and the idea was to have that courtyard where they could study outside and hopefully not be jumping over the walls. And here is the meeting room with beautiful LED lighting and a view to the courtyard where they can convene, and a conference room with a view to that courtyard as well, with biophilic features, LED lighting, and beautiful day lighting as well, natural day lighting. And here's the courtyard, so you can kind of see it all coming together with that nice water element to get some evaporative cooling, and shading with the trellis. Seems like it would be wonderful to see this place come alive at some point. So this is, I would say, the first order of sustainability for me is good urban planning and in nicely designed infill housing. This is a project that I designed in Fremont that is in planning design review currently. It's a 4-unit and has an integrated solar system on the roof. You can see it. So you can see the solar on the roof right now from this viewpoint. This was really a fun project, to fit a nice little urban infill, to fit in well with the neighborhood, and create some nice street street connection with a little nice pavers going back into a courtyard. Here's another view of that. And this is an all-electric 2-lot subdivision in Richmond. It's now code in Richmond that all new buildings will be all electric. And so these this home and ADU, these are 2 lots, each having a main house and an ADU behind, will have integrated solar, like a 2.33 kW solar system to power both the main house and you can see the ADU in the back there. The solar panels are not in the rendering, but it will be all solar powered, thanks to California's new codes. So this is a zero net energy home with a Tesla solar roof in Hayward that we're designing. Here's the more finished rendering coming in on it, and the entryway with the nice expressive structural roof overhang at the entry porch, looking through to the living area. And this is going to have an exterior. This is in an urban interface. What's it called? I forgot what the wildlife urban interface extreme fire zone. So the exterior cladding on this house is going to be using hardy reveal panels. They're fire resistant exterior cladding. It's with Rockwool continuous fireproof insulation on the inside. So this is a big step up for this client to really invest in the exterior of their house, that hopefully it will survive. It's right next to a big oak grove in the valley, right, only say 30, 40 feet away. So they're, really concerned about this. And a lot of other people in the urban land interface, wildlife urban interface. This is the kitchen bathroom model that David referred to, that we had a chance to do a video of. The client had a goal of doing a beautiful, sustainable remodel to their 2-bedroom home in Grass Valley, Oakland. The house had a solar PV array already to start with, and a gray water system for water redistribution to their gardens from bathroom, shower, and sink. So we wanted to tie in the new kitchen and bath remodel to that system, as well as use sustainable materials and incorporate, the owner was keen on doing material and appliance reuse. Here are the 3D views of the design during the design phase of the kitchen. And here's the kitchen plans and a little breakfast nook with built-in cabinets. There's the built-in cabinets. And here we are doing the video with David. It was a lot of fun. And Heidi was, very generous to let us come in and film this episode. Thanks to David. It was really, really fun. And here's Heidi showing off the built-in cabinets in the kitchen nook. And she also talked about her salvaged light overhead that she kept from the old breakfast area. And this is the new quartzite countertop. That's Dennis Muir of DLM Enterprises, the builder mastermind behind this. He did a great job. And above, well, this is the quartzite countertop. What's interesting about quartzite is that we were very keen to not use quartz, which has been getting people sick, the workers making quartz countertops, because of the silica dust. And quartzite doesn't have quite that sort of impact on people cutting it. And it's like granite, it's highly durable. It won't be damaged by any kind of hot pans that are placed on top of it, as compared to quartz, which is made out of plastic. Here is the Zephyr Lux Island range hood above. That was an innovation that Heidi came up with, that she didn't want to have the hood sitting in the middle of the kitchen, and she did this little innovation at the last minute. So that's it. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Great. And I do want to apologize for the kind of if you did have more to present. We had a little scheduling snafu. So, but I'm glad we got to those slides, and I did want to turn it over to Cory for an important question. And then we're just about going to be at time. So.
Yeah. So what makes an ideal client for you?
I would say that's a tough one because I have a two-faceted practice that on the one hand, I love doing, it's, I'm combining, as a lot of good, really good architects, they combine art with good engineering. And so I apply that in both commercial and residential settings. So it could be an institutional client like the La Posta Mission Indians. I could see myself going more in that direction with, pursuing some of those tribes and seeing what services I might be able to help them with. And also residential multifamily developers who are doing those sort of infill, 4 or 5, 10 unit in a very nice setting to create something a little bit more down to on the ground that has some good outdoor space and plazas that, connect people to their neighborhood.
Nice.
And mass transit.
Awesome. Thanks.
Great. And, Courtney is the first architect we've had on. I'd love to share those video links to kind of take a closer look at some of the gray water system that we looked at, and it really kind of helps that come to life. And I will put the links to your website and, how to get in touch with you. But thanks so much for coming on to introduce us to some of your great work. And those design drawings are beautiful that take us into that. And I know we're not even by 2040, everything has to be net zero. It's even a few years before that. So that's what you were getting at, that this is really the new standard for the things that you're working on in various communities. So it proves that, good design can be very eco-friendly and net zero, as you call it, if I'm getting that right.
It's actually for residential has to be net zero now, but it's 2030 for commercial.
Okay. Thank you. And with that, we're going to wrap up. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.